I said ayo. I said ayo. I said ayo. One man army against 50, bro. I stand on 50. Time out. Time out. In other words,
the Cowboys haven't beat a team above 500. They beat a team right at 500.
But no, it's hard. It's hard because then they wouldn't even play in the conference championship. Hey, forget all that. Hey,
the whole year, and it ain't about fantasy. It's about the facts. No, that's not the thing. That is not the thing. You never.
We just went viral for the wrong reasons again.
Do you realize it all comes back to fraud?
You trying to see how we feel about that situation? Nah.
And Blake Hall.
I said ayo.
Yo.
Down to Marco.
It's time.
Man. It's time, man. 4:30. April 30th, last day of April, man. We here. The word, man. How your boys feeling, man?
Feeling good, man.
Something about to start.
Yes, sir.
It's time.
Episode 113, man. It's perfect timing.
Go.
But yeah, man, that was the hottest topic of the whole weekend, man. Shadeur Sanders, Wolves in 5. We'll see about it. Shadeur Sanders, he fell to the 5th round, pick 144. A lot of mocks, including I said AYOO, had him going as a top 3 pick, number 2 quarterback at worst off of the board. So let's just talk about the draft. We can start with Shadeur and the Browns, man. Why did Shadeur? Well, first and foremost, before we go there, I just want to say I said AYOO. As far as our first round mock draft, we had 22 picks out of 32 correct for the first round. That's about around the 65% conversion rate. We can do a little better next year.
That's all right.
Showing growth. But yeah, man, why did Shadeur fall to the 5th round, man? He was like QB 5 or 6 off the board. Did we get it wrong?
No, they got it wrong.
Who's they?
Elaborate.
Bro.
They.
Let me say one. Let me say one team.
Likes in the chat, man. Likes in the chat.
Let me say one team. Maybe 2 teams. The New Orleans Saints. Oh, buddy. You picked a quarterback who's been in college for 6 years, and he only had one season where he threw above 1,500 yards. One season. And I believe he started out of them 6 years, at least 5 of them. And he only threw 1,500 yards. And what? I think that year he threw 12 touchdowns, 13 touchdowns. And you picked that before Shadeur, who's 23 years old. Like, bro, but things like that make it easier in our division when idiots make decisions like that. And things like this should really get people fired. Just like leaking people's numbers and getting them prank called should get you fired and not a fine. That's a different story. And who else needed a quarterback? The Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers, Giants, Browns.
You can't. Didn't the Giants pick up somebody?
Jackson Dart.
I'm more okay with Jackson Dart getting picked. I'm okay with Jackson Dart getting picked before Shadeur. If you did that, fine. That's who you liked. But after him, you're just being facetious. I promise you. You're being very facetious.
Yeah.
And you should all get fired.
I agree. The only thing that I'll correct you on is that Tyler Shownuff played 7 college seasons instead of 6. Just look at that.
Make it worse.
COVID's crazy. So not only is it egregious, it was a clear statement. I mean, it's obvious that the talks that were about Shadeur and his dad and the NFL teams and his statements where he was talking about changing the NFL culture, or changing the team's culture, wanting to win. his boldness, him having a father, right? Well, I said it. He had confidence, and he had a father who just so happened to have played in the NFL. So he came with a confidence that if Shadeur had played wide receiver or defensive back, I think his confidence would have led him to be a top 5 pick. But because he was a quarterback, he didn't fit the mold that you would want your quarterback to be. And I don't agree with that at all. I think when it comes to on the field, he was better than 4 of the 5 quarterbacks, clearly, that was picked before him. And you have teams where it was obvious that all the teams were on we're not picking him. Because there's no way you waited to pick him in the 5th round if you didn't know that people were not going to pick him. It's no absolute way. He's not a 5th round talent when it comes out of their draft picks. He's definitely towards the top 3 talents that the Browns even drafted. So you had 2 picks in the 2nd round. You didn't choose him to pick there. So it was a clear statement from the NFL that they want Shadeur to prove himself. It's a humble statement, and it was pretty wild. On the flip side, I think it helped their ratings. A lot of people tuned into the draft all 3 days. Tell me the last time y'all tapped into the draft all 3 days.
Shoot, when I thought we were gonna go to the Super Bowl after we went to the Super Bowl, that's it.
Yeah, like we were young and had no bills, so
or responsibility.
Like we tuned in to see when Shadeur would get drafted. So it's like, if you're not going to draft him in the first night, you might as well drag it out to increase the ratings. If you're the NFL, with the it's clear that the owners were in the same room and to discuss that. So I think it was a diabolical, wrong, but somehow genius play on how they held him to the 5th round.
So honestly, go ahead, Brenda.
So you think the owners colluded to make this play, have him fall to the 5th round, boost ratings? Because you're right. I tapped in for 3 rounds straight. I didn't miss a pick Thursday. I didn't miss a pick Friday. And all the way up until Shadeur got drafted. The NFL had more viewers than the NBA playoffs. The draft. Yeah. The NFL had more viewership than the playoffs. They put the NBA playoffs on ESPNU because of the draft.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you think everybody colluded for this to go down? Kick him to the 5th.
Yeah, especially if you're not going to take him in the 1st, because there was only 3 teams that could have took him in the 1st. Maybe
3.
Giants, Steelers,
Saints,
and Saints. Yeah. And then the Giants traded up in the 1st to pick Jackson Dart. That was a clear statement. We're not drafting him. So once you see that nobody wants to draft him, knowing that he's the best available according to every draft board in the world, whoever wants to draft him is going to call him like, hey, does anybody want to take him before such and such day? All right, we're going to drag this out, keep the ratings up, and make him earn his spot. So we're going to draft 2 quarterbacks.
Let me also add to this, though. After I seen he dropped out of the 1st round, I was really thinking the Steelers were still going to get him. But I said, if I'm the Steelers, bro, who else really wants him right now? I can get, like, valuable picks, and he'll still be right there. So I think it was also a chess move after he dropped out the 1st. And then he dropped out the 2nd. And then I thought Shiloh was going to get drafted before him. And then finally the 5th round came.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely collusion.
What did Shiloh say? He said, yeah, that's not to an Asian because obviously your dad ain't working now. So,
yeah.
But he went to a good team. You got a 50-year-old Joe Flacco. You got I don't know what to call him, and Gabriel. Why did you draft Gabriel? Never mind. I forgot they drafted. You drafted Gabriel for no reason. And then you got somebody who could show him around. Cleveland. And Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, yeah, he has a feel for the game.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So yeah, he can show you around everywhere. You need to relax. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody on that roster. Ain't
Kenny
I?
Pickett.
It's Bob.
They signed Kenny Pickett.
No, they traded for Kenny Pickett and signed Joe Flacco.
Thank you for the correction, for sure.
Yeah, they finna trade his ass again. He's out of there.
Kenny Pickett has a player option for this season, or next season. They've already declined it. Joe Flacco probably stick around, but yeah, the Watson got a feel for many things. Facts. Yeah. Okay, so as far as like the quarterback thing, I think the Browns, first of all, it might sound, they got Shadeur at a great value, but they still lost the draft because why did you trade? Well, they got good draft capital. They got good draft capital for the number 2 pick to move back 3 spots. You get Mason Graham to pair with Myles Garrett. Cool. However, you could have had the whole thing with Travis is like it's either gonna hit or miss. He's such a wild card because if you don't view him as the 2-way player he is, then you did a good job in trading back to 5 and getting all that draft capital. However, you had a chance to pair Travis with Shadeur. You had a chance to get somebody else in the 3rd round instead of Dylan Gabriel, considering all the quarterbacks moves you did make.
Yep.
So, they got great value for Shadeur, and they didn't even want to do it because we seen the GM room the whole time he was making picks, but when they drafted Shadeur, it was very, very monotone. So, and now he's got the highest selling jersey in the draft as a 5th round pick. Let me tell you if you heard that before. So I don't think it's like they took 2 steps forward, but they also took a step back in the draft. So it's like I wouldn't say they necessarily won the draft, even though they got probably the best value pick in Shadeur. And like you said, with them kicking him to the 5th round, they took his money and they took his guaranteed contract. So now they can get rid of him at their will. You know what I'm saying? Go keep him on a tight leash. So I don't think the Browns won the draft. It's very weird that he did fall to the 5th round, but hey, they definitely put a chip on his shoulder, like he didn't already have one. So,
or maybe they really wasn't planning on drafting Shadeur. That's really why they got Gabriel. And they were like, "Why did Gabriel don't work out? We got to get him at 5th because you can't pass up on that."
Yeah, because I don't think next year's quarterback draft class is looking sweet.
Yeah, because they talk about Archie Manning. We haven't seen him play a full season, not once.
Yeah, exactly, and he might not want to come out of college. You look at a guy like
I'm leaving.
I know he's gonna be getting that NIL money too down in Texas. Matthew McConaughey gonna make sure he's paid. But I think that apparently, it's like you drive 2 quarterbacks, one of them got a hit.
No cap.
I guess that's how they're looking at it. But who do y'all think were the big winners from the NFL draft? What teams you think did well? What teams flopped? What are some of your favorite picks? Cam Ward was our number 1 pick going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty did not fall to 10. Abdul Carter bolstered up the Giants' defensive line. They have 3 edge rushers.
Yes.
It'll be interesting what they do with that. Let's talk about other placements in the draft. Big winners, big losers.
You ready, Press, or you want to go first?
Go ahead.
I'm telling you, the big winners is what I told you on the live, bro. I already know who's going to the Super Bowl now. Bro, I'm telling you, I know who's going to the Super Bowl.
Now, who was that?
Eagles.
That's not what you said.
They got better. Yes, I did. Eagles, they got better. Brando. I say Eagles. They got better. They got the best linebacker in the draft, and they need a linebacker. And I'm going to say it because Preston's not allowed to say it no more. He's banned forever. Bro, Baltimore.
Oh, I'm sure.
Baltimore, bro. They got another safety, a one that don't just crash out, one that's gonna play with intelligence. And then they got to me, the second best pass rusher in the whole draft in Mike Green at good value. So, in order for them to win the Super Bowl, it's gonna sound crazy. Lamar Jackson can't win the MVP.
That doesn't even make sense.
No. In order for them to win the Super Bowl, not an MVP season. And they there.
Oh, you're talking about the regular season MVP.
Yeah. No. I'm not, yeah, I said yeah. But then to make it, he can't have the oh my gosh, no. Let's get it done as a team. Nobody stands out. Nobody's bigger than the program.
Yeah, Baltimore definitely patched the holes on the defense. I think Brandon Stevens was the worst corner I saw on cable television last year, by far. Or maybe he just played Jamar Chase twice, so that didn't help. I do like the fact that they got Malachi Starks and Mike Green is basically 2 first-round talents without having to trade any picks. Somehow the Ravens find ways to pick up people that have been surpassed. Lamar Jackson was the 32nd pick in the first round.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that nothing. I have not seen a quarterback humiliation worse than Shadeur Sanders. But Lamar Jackson went through a humbling experience as well.
Yeah.
He had just came off of a Heisman season the year before, or was it the same year? Either way,
year before, junior year, right? I mean, sophomore year, right?
I think so. But basically, he was a Heisman winner, and they wanted him to play receiver. So it's stuff like that where the Ravens are good at not passing up on obvious talent on the football field. And the reason that Mike Green slipped was due to allegations that the NFL is definitely picky and choosy on when they want to care about the allegations. Front hand, back hand, front hand, back hand, front hand, back hand.
Didn't he already get cleared or something? Wasn't that years ago? Because he got kicked out of school for it. Because he was at Virginia first. He was always at Marshall.
Yeah, but the thing about rumors and the thing about things on earth, somebody's going to always, there's something out there that's always going to try to hold them over you as if there's not redemption in the blood. But we're not going to go there. We ain't going to preach today. Who I thought won the draft, in all honesty, the Atlanta Falcons. I love the pick of Jalen Walker. I absolutely love it. Although Jahad Campbell is a very great pick, and I'm an Alabama fan, I don't think he was the most versatile linebacker in the draft. I think Jalen Walker can play on any part in the field in the box. Easy. And I think them also trading up to get James Pierce alongside Jalen Walker proves that they want to use Jalen Walker in a very versatile way that is going to help bring some pass rush to the Falcons, help bring some third down stops to the Falcons, and some defense to the Falcons. They also decided to get 2 safeties, considering that they have veteran DBs.
Bates.
I don't know if Bateman and Bates.
They got Bates.
Okay, I know their contracts are not as lengthy. So I look at and when you think about the conference and the divisions that people are in, when I look at the Ravens, how much better can they get than their competition, considering all their other division opponents, division rivals, were not playoff teams. If the Ravens and I don't think the Bengals got much better. I don't think the Browns got much better. I don't think the Steelers got much better. I think the Steelers made the biggest mistake.
Oh, hands down.
When it comes to the Eagles, it's like, bro, you're like Super Bowl or bust with your roster. Like you made great moves in the offseason, and Jahad Campbell is just like proves that that's why y'all are a Super Bowl team.
And the safety from Texas. They got the safety from Texas too.
Johnny Barrett?
No,
a different guy.
Makuba, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But with the Falcons, it's like, bro, you're in a division where it's honestly up for grabs, with all due respect. So if you actually play some defense, The Atlanta Falcons can win games next year, and I think Jalen Walker and James Pierce are perfect plug and play guys for their defense. So I like what the Falcons did. Sure.
I don't know. Did they even have the best draft in their division?
Who, the Buccaneers?
The Buccaneers did pretty good, and my Panthers did pretty well too.
The show on the Saints.
No, the Saints. Honestly, Saints had the worst draft in all the NFL. Not the worst draft in all the NFL.
I mean, I wanted Kevin Banks, but shout out to the Bears, man.
At least I got his real. I got him.
You say you wanted Kelvin Banks?
I did want Kevin Banks bad
in Chicago.
Yes. And we got Colston Loveland, who I said there was only going to be one tight end drafted in the first round. You see what happens when you like speak things out into the world? You have a higher power who's the most high, will humble you and actually make you watch the one person you said would not get drafted in the first round be drafted by your team in the top 10 before Tyler Warren, who was the number one tight end in the draft. He would hit you with one of these. So it's power in the tongue, ladies and gentlemen. Watch what you say. Because I dang sure wish I could take that back. Certainly. I wish I could take that back.
Yeah, the Colston Loveland was a crazy pull when Tyler Warren was right there.
Right there.
But you also did get Luther Burton in the second round.
I think
that's solid.
I mean, I actually trust Ben Johnson, so I think you'll be good. Yeah. But Cole Kmet wasn't no slouch. I honestly didn't think y'all would go tight end at all.
I ain't gonna lie, that's probably y'all really did not need another tight end.
But maybe Ben Johnson has other plans for y'all. Colston Loveland, though, is honestly going to be a slot receiver. He looks like a receiver. He's not blocking in that run game.
Yeah, he's not.
I can tell you that much. So, I mean, he looked like a slot receiver on the field. But the Luther Burden was a crazy pick in the second to cover up that whole Keenan Allen's leaving. DJ Moore, Burden, Odunze. Did y'all get any running backs?
Not to my knowledge. I think.
The very last pick y'all had.
Y'all got Mananange from Rutgers.
So he has to try out time.
Yeah. But who's it? DeAndre Swift is leading y'all running?
No, he's still there.
No, I know who's leading y'all running back room. Y'all gonna sign Nick Chubb?
Chill. Don't get my
I'm dead serious.
Yeah, that might be a crazy. That might be a pull. He is a free agent. They got him ranked at like 100 too. Like it's a running back. He's an old running back. So regardless of his name, he's an old running back coming off of huge injuries. They don't care about them. So you get him for crazy value.
His injury wasn't that bad this year. It was a broken foot? That's not too bad.
Not that bad, right?
He's jumped. Yeah, about to say he jumped and hit the ceiling the other day.
Yeah.
I think. Let's see.
Jumping out the window.
Bears probably had I think y'all had the best draft out of y'all division. NFC South, Falcons had the best draft. They addressed their defense. 2 safeties, 2 edge rushers, much needed for them. NFC East, Cowboys had the best draft. Outside of Jonathan.
Stop. I don't even think you like your own draft.
NFC East, NFC South, NFC North, NFC West. Cardinals for sure swept the NFC West in the draft. They went all defense.
I do like Cowboys' second and third round pick though. That was very solid.
And we got the best guard at the draft, so absolutely.
Boy, your boy didn't even want him.
1, 2, 3. Michael Parsons is a player, not a GM. Nobody cares what he wants.
Shit, your GM not even a GM.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounded a little.
Your GM not even.
That sounded a little Jonesy to me right there.
Bro, nobody cares. Bro, Michael Parsons is legit a football player. Like he is a football player.
Bro. He just told him to shut up and dribble.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you
Brandon,
might
you are horrible.
want to take out the suit jacket right there. You might. He's a player. Nobody cares what he thinks.
Don't care what he wants, bro. Michael Parsons is not. No. So I think we had a great draft. The only thing is we didn't get a receiver because Jonathan Mingo was our 4th round pick. Other than that,
y'all still got him? No, y'all don't.
he's on the team. He's like in that practice squad. We have a lot of people fighting for wide receiver 2. However, Jerry said he has 2 big trades cooking up, whatever that means.
The Carolina Panthers have traded. What's it? Hunter Renfrow to the Dallas Cowboys.
Y'all think Travis Hunter has a better shot at winning Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year?
That's a great question.
No. Ooh.
I think he could win both.
Defense.
Nah.
If they give him both, I ain't gonna lie.
Nah.
If they give him both, that's just great.
No, it's not Glaze, bro. Like why? It's funny how the only history we want to debunk is the fact that he rose up on the 3rd day. That's the only history we love to debunk. All the other history stuff we let to hold on to. Oh, don't forget what they did to us. Oh, don't forget what Jordan did. Travis Hunter is about to start and play 100 snaps a game. If he gets 1,000 yards receiving and 5 interceptions, he will be offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year. Period.
Do we think?
Period.
Do we think he's going to do that? Be able to play both?
Yeah, I think they already said they're gonna play him. I don't know about 100.
I think that's Jacksonville's intention, because why else do you trade up to 2 to get him? You don't trade up to him 2 to get him to play one side of the ball, because he's not a number 2 pick wide receiver and he's not a number 2 pick corner. So you have to have the intentions on playing him both sides. Now, yeah, you can have the intentions, but like, bro, NFL is different ball than the Pac-12, bro.
They said
faster players.
They said they're going to tend him to play wide receiver more, which I think is the worst decision.
That's what they're. I feel like they're catering to him when they do that. It would be much easier for him to play corner and come in to play wide receiver than wide receiver and have to come in to play corner.
Because if he's playing mainly wide receiver, he's wide receiver 2.
Him and B2J is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So you didn't pick a number 2 overall to be wide receiver 2. No, not at all. He's gonna get in a good bit of offense, but he's your corner. He's your corner.
The fact of the matter is, the Jacksonville Jaguars have a $50 million quarterback. So if you don't get him any receivers, you're flushing $50 million. And if you're gonna flush $50 million, I have an apartment you can use the toilet.
Go
easy. You have to give Trevor Lawrence weapons in order to maximize the money that you have on Trevor Lawrence now. So even if they focus on him being wide receiver heavy initially, and then as the defense struggle, or depending on games, depending on who they play going into whatever weeks with certain receivers, he plays packages. Why not pitch him in on the defense when you can? It's harder to learn an offensive playbook anyway. So you might as well give him everything that he needs to know on the offensive side up front. When on the defense side, the calls are quick as this. Gun, strong 3. Like, it ain't hard to play cover. I'm not saying it's not hard to play in the NFL. But in regards to if you already are a college football player, it's not hard to learn cover 3. It's not hard to learn guard this man right here and follow him everywhere you go. It's easier to pick up on the defense. So you might as well get him up front with the playbook now on the offensive side of the ball, so that way he comes in whatever you want him to be. And so on defense, if they ain't got a receiver threat, what is he wasting snaps for? If they can't tackle, that's on the defense.
Yeah. I think, let's see, what else did Jacksonville do? They drafted Travis, and they got a corner from Tulane, a lineman, and they got Basul. Running back, Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame, linebacker, Edge from Auburn, safety from Navy, and LeQuint from Syracuse. Very lackluster draft.
They got his backup in the 3rd round.
Oh yeah, they did, and gave up their 2nd round pick. I mean, like you said though, if he hits on both positions, it's a great trade because you got 2 players.
Yeah.
But I think with BTJ being there, it won't be a demand on him to be wide receiver 1, which will be good. And they do have good running backs. I feel like ETN just had a down year, a very down year. But
didn't he only have 1 good year?
he had 2.
Let me go double check that.
First 2. Last year was crazy though. Let me see.
Because he didn't even have a first year. His first year he was hurt.
But yeah,
1,000, 1,011, 1,100. I guess, yeah. It's also just Chuba Hubbard, guys. Respect that. That's crazy.
Absolutely. Any other winners from the draft? I think the Ravens, like Eric said, the Ravens, what they did to their defense, crazy work. Did they do any? And D Hop re-signed with them, right?
Oh, I thought you were tired.
No. D Hop was with the Chiefs. D Hop went to the Baltimore though.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. That's the graveyard for.
Yeah, they're not throwing it to him anyway.
They did get LaJohntay Webster.
I gotta double check something because I mean maybe Jimmy Horn doesn't fit their mold of player that they were looking for, but and I'm not trying to put 2 Colorado receivers next to each other and compare them, but if Jimmy Horn was still on the board.
Jimmy Horn, we picked him in the 6th round, so maybe. Last pick in the 6th round.
Yeah, maybe he was just missed, but they should have went to go get a receiver early.
Now Jimmy Horn was picked after LaJohntay.
Yeah, we picked him 6th round, number 30. The last pick in the 6th round.
So yeah, they could have got a receiver earlier than that. Shoot, Isaiah Bond went undrafted.
Yeah, Isaiah Bond.
Don't he have legal issues right now?
Yeah.
When has Baltimore? Never mind.
No. Baltimore is the wrong team to say that because
they've never cared.
Ray Lewis was his case was closed. As soon as
Baltimore never cared.
As soon as Ray Rice popped up, he was out of there.
No, they kept him until the video dropped.
The video dropped when we knew about it.
No.
Weeks after.
No, it wasn't weeks later.
Yeah.
But the statement came out about him, and then the video dropped.
By the same day.
No.
And then he didn't even get released the same day the video came out. He got released like a day or like a couple days after.
We can continue the conversation. I'll send it in the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
But Baltimore hasn't really cared much about legal issues. Isaiah Bond was still on the board.
He might. Somebody, I feel like somebody get him once the debt settles. Well,
did he already sign?
Nah. But we can push the conversation for him to the NBA playoffs.
Absolutely.
The East has wrapped up. Three series.
Get your daddy, nigga.
The East has wrapped up 3 series. Sorry. The East has wrapped up 3 series. Cleveland swept Miami, beat them by 50 in the closeout. You have who else? Celtics beat the Magic in 5, and Giannis got sent home in 5 to the Pacers too. That's kind of like the talk of the town. what will the Pacers do? I mean, what will the Bucks do moving forward? And how and just how I mean, Damian Lillard did get hurt, Achilles, but I don't think that meant much.
Yeah.
What the Halliburton moving on to see the Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs.
Oh yeah, facts. You're right. You're right.
Celtics is a good winner of Knicks Pistons.
Facts.
But what? Yeah, man. What's the should Giannis leave, or because the whole Bucks team is like free agents except for like 3-4 players. But Gary Trent Jr. with a holy sell yesterday. A heroic performance thrown away. But should Giannis leave, or what kind of drastic changes should the Bucks be looking to make?
I think it's best for both parties if he leaves. You get draft picks, you start rebuilding. You try to pair him up with subpar, other than Dame Leonard, other than him. You try to pair him up with subpar players. It's hard to get somebody in Milwaukee. Guys didn't like beer that much. So yeah, it's time to blow that up. You gotta trade him, get what you can out of him, and start over, bro. Dame too. Dame had a lot of injury problems this series with the blood clots and then get hurt. So
yeah. I think the Bucks should do Giannis a reasonable service in offering him teams that he would like to be traded to.
Yes. He brought
considering he brought Milwaukee a championship, which hasn't been done since Lou Alcindor, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as he would like to be known. So
was it Kareem then?
Yeah, I don't think it was Kareem then. That's why I said it. So because the thing is, Damian Lillard and Giannis are two great players in the NBA when they first joined, but I don't think they were great together because they were both ball dominant. They both had different focuses in their game, and they couldn't make it work. On top of that, they brought in a coach that has not done much since 2008. So I don't really understand what was the play there. And it's not going to get any better because, like you said, nobody's coming back, and not too many people are going to want to play with Giannis in Milwaukee, like you just said. I mean, the NBA is much different than the NFL. You know, the NBA is a employee-friendly corporation. They get to go out, enjoy the cities. So if what is there to enjoy? Like somebody in the chat, somebody on social media, let me know what's there to enjoy in Milwaukee. I haven't been, but the only thing I know about Milwaukee outside of the Bucks is Mr. 3000. That's it.
Milwaukee, bro.
They saying Giannis needs to be saved, and I don't think. I mean, bro, I don't think he needs to leave. I think his team needs to do more to put more around him. But I feel like this whole it's not working out, let me leave thing is what's ruining the NBA. That's why KD can't sit still. Yeah, and all these other players. So his team needs to do something to figure out. They're gonna unfortunately be paying Kuzma like $23 million next year. They brought in Doc Rivers. I mean, the team is trying to do their worst to hurt his career because you said Giannis was easily top two power forward when he won the ring. But is he still a top 2 power forward of all time? Does he still have that trajectory for his career?
I mean, yeah. Other than Tim Duncan, who else would we put?
The only person in conversation is Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah,
he already has his ring.
Dirk, KG.
No.
You mean no?
Respect to KG, but no.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. Giannis is like what 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like 8 more years to win another MVP, win another championship. Like Kevin Garnett won an MVP early, just like Nowinski. I say wait, Nowinski won it in 07.
Mm-hmm.
They both took a few years after they both literally took about 4 years after their MVP to win their championships.
One had to leave his team and go to another one.
After that, they hit a decline from the championship on. KG went to the Nets, like chop cheap, like he was barbecue chicken with the Nets.
Honestly,
and he just went. Like he did a reunion tour. Dirk Nowitzki, love in Dallas, king of Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Always had a leftover plate with the tinfoil, so he wasn't really the king of Dallas for real. But you know,
I mean, you still the king of Dallas until somebody else won, right? But him, Giannis, I'm okay with him being number 3.
Under who though? Who's better than him at power forward other than
Tim Duncan? And I'm okay with putting Dirk right there.
See, I have Dirk over KG.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing him say.
Yeah, I do have.
That's what I'm hearing him say.
Yeah, I don't we all have Dirk over KG?
No.
For what?
Okay. I thought, the hardest ring of all time, put him above starting a super team. But, okay. I thought that was the conversation we had.
I think
no, I've never said that. KG peaked higher than Dirk. KG for a time period was better than Duncan.
I mean,
and KG is a better all-around player than Dirk.
And they have the same accolades, right? Wait, do KG have a Finals MVP or do?
No, Paul Pierce won it.
Paul Pierce won it.
Even though Kevin Garnett was the best player of that 2008 playoff run.
No, hands down, he was. They both got one MVP, right?
Yeah, KG got but KG has a DPOY, and KG's MVP season was better.
But Dirk also do have the hardest ring of all time.
Is it harder than Giannis's?
Yeah.
Bro, why would you say?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Giannis is in the conversation. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I mean, he's definitely like top.
He has an incredible run
for sure. No lie, he's definitely top 7 hardest ring of all time. Number 1 is Dirk, without a doubt. Because it's not even who he just had to play in the finals; it's who he had to play on his way to the finals.
The only upside that I will give Dirk over KG outside of the finals run is the 30K club.
Yeah,
KG don't have 30.
No. Dirk was for sure. No, KG. Dirk was for sure a better scorer. But like you said, KG does just about a lot more better as far as defending, as far as even playmaking. He averaged up to 6 assists a game in Milwaukee at one point in Minnesota. And the defending, is night and day there. Led the league in rebounds 4 years straight. So, I mean, on the court, yes, KG, I think he clears Dirk. And even so, let me see, Dirk's highest scoring season, 26, 27? 27? KG, 24? So, I mean, I think KG absolutely peaked higher than Dirk. And they both have the one ring. Even without Kate, even if you don't consider you call KG's rings a super team versus, one of the hardest runs ever, KG and them still be the prime Kobe. So
yeah, with a super team. Yeah.
Very well. I'm not going to argue that. But you see how this conversation.
We're talking about number 3 here. Yeah.
Yeah.
This conversation here. Where does Tim Duncan fit in this conversation? Like,
bro, shut up. We know
all-time great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
We talking season by season, and this is people wonder why Tim Duncan is not in the GOAT conversation. It's because of this conversation right here. He had Kevin Garnett and Dirk Nowitzki in the league, and nobody could definitively say Tim Duncan was a better player than the both of them. Outside after 2005, outside 2005.
You know, the 2000s was the rise of the guard and the peak of the bigs. So I'm not gonna act like the competition for power forwards in the 2000s and the late 90s was not a thing.
Huh?
I can't let you do that. There were so many great power forwards during their time.
Yeah.
You're not saying anything. The fact that they won rings during that time is insane. You had all three of them, Dirk, KG, Tim Duncan. You had Rasheed Wallace. You had Chris Webber for the beginning of their careers. You had Jermaine O'Neal, Antoine Jameson.
Yeah.
Karl Malone towards the beginning of their careers. Charles Barkley for the beginning of their careers. Oh, you had a lot of power forwards. You had a lot of power forwards that were great.
Yeah.
So the fact that
more value.
so I'm not gonna act like when you think of shooting guards in the 2000s, you're not gonna name too many that won championships that you would consider even in the top 20 conversation.
Yeah.
You just named the whole lineage of power forwards.
But there are I mean those three are top 20 all time, considering they were amongst the power forwards. Kobe, outside of Kobe, I can't think of too many other guards during his Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, Dwayne Wade. I mean, what other guards during the 2000s are in the top 20 all time?
No. Because if you're gonna name Charles Barkley, we have to name Michael Jordan. If you're gonna name Chris Webber, we have to name AI. It's a long list of shooting guards that we can go through as power forwards. It's just the fact that the power forwards, the power forwards won because basketball's been a big men's game until, like you said, the late 2000s, 2010s. I mean, cool beans. Shout out to him.
Shout out to the GOAT.
But we're not gonna act like there wasn't shooting guards in the league going blow for blow. Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Stevie Franchise, AI, Vince Carter,
Ray Allen,
Reggie Miller. Like, you're not gonna act. And Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley.
You might have named two champions and maybe like what, 2 MVPs.
He named more than two champions.
So champions is the standard, but
champions and MVPs. You named 2 champions and 2 MVPs.
All right, James Harden.
Champions is the standard.
James Harden's not in that era. Is he following the conversation?
Champions is the standard, bro.
I was sneaking them in. You sneaking
Champions is the standard.
Huh?
Champions is the standard.
That's what you're saying.
But why can't I say James Harden?
I mean, that's why LeBron not to go, right?
You talk about early 2000s.
That's why LeBron not to go, right?
That's not why LeBron's not the GOAT. I'll tell you why.
Because he's a loser.
Because he's losing to Anthony Edwards.
I can tell you why. I can tell you by what I see on the court why he's not the GOAT. All I'm saying is Tim Duncan went through this whole 2000s era and was not outside of 2003, 2005. He was not definitively the best player in his position, and that's why he's not brought up in this conversation. If he's not the best, that's what y'all say about Kobe. That's why he's not the GOAT, because he's not the best player in his position. He's not better than Michael Jordan. So we're gonna apply the same standard to the Tim Duncan and the power forwards. Outside of 2003, 2005, Tim Duncan, 04, Garnett was the best power forward in the league. 06, 07, 08.
But
up until 2011, we talking dirt.
It's like yes and no.
KG.
It's like yes and no.
08-ish. But
it's
we
like
had
yes
dirt 06, 07 for sure, clearing both of them.
Listen.
So that's why
Tim Duncan won championships in 3 different decades.
Listen, and Brando, to your point, bro, the reason we go back and forth with the other players why we
Look
say
at his
he might
stats.
not be the
Look at his
GOAT over
stats
him.
in them
Why he
decades.
might not be the GOAT over him is because of championships. That's why we saying LeBron might not even be.
Nah, but the Spurs, but I mean the Spurs teams were definitively better than the Timberwolves. Any Timberwolves team ever assembled.
I mean, yeah, because they played well
Respectfully.
together. You take any of them individually, are they good? Tony Parker. They'll be Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Bruce Bowen, all defender players. Like, what are we talking about?
Kawhi
Steve
for the
Jackson.
last one. David Robinson for the first one.
First one.
Bro, once it's all said and done, we going to see just how many players Tim Duncan played with. Tony Parker, all-star. David Robinson, all-star. Kawhi Leonard,
got a point here.
all-star. Who else?
You got a point here. I'm not
I don't know
gonna
if
lie.
Manu made all-star, but we could go down the list and see just how many all-stars Tim Duncan played with, how many all-NBA players he played with. So, yeah, 5 rings for sure. Should be 6-0. Shout out to
So, with that logic,
if he was 6-0,
Dark is better than KG, right? Dark is better than KG then, right? Because who did he play with?
No, I just told you why KG is better than that. I just told
But
you.
what's your point? Come on,
I didn't say that was my main argument. It's
It's case to, the GOAT debate is case to case. That's why I mean that explains why LeBron's not number one for him.
Case and what?
It's a case to case. It's a case to case when you.
It's not case to case because
it is.
One case does not apply to all. When you making a debate, you have support.
Because if it's championships, because if championship is the main argument, Michael Jordan is not the GOAT. Bill Russell.
Who said that was the main argument? Who said that?
This is the first argument I brought up. That's all I'm saying.
What championships?
If it's championships, look, I mean, Bill Russell is not the greatest of all time. If it's points, Michael Jordan is not the greatest of all time.
Depends how you look.
Nobody checks every box though, so that cannot be the main argument. That's stupid. That's silly.
If it's best all around player, Michael Jordan is not the best player of all time.
He's a better defender than LeBron James.
Is he that much better than? Is he that much better of a defender than LeBron James? As
he got hardware better for playmaker. He got hardware for it, don't he?
If it's longevity, Michael Jordan is not the greatest of all time. I'm just saying it's case to case when you're comparing players because in certain areas there are going to be certain things that Michael Jordan has over LeBron. Jordan has over LeBron. LeBron has over Jordan, or Tim Duncan over KG over Dirk, vice versa. So it's not a one criteria is how you judge every player in the world. We know this. So we're not gonna get caught up in this. For Jordan's point, for Jordan's point, to help Jordan never got beat 4-1 by somebody who can't even rent a car without extra charge.
Talk about it. Oh, the Lakers play? They play right now?
They play next.
They play next.
Oh, okay. Warriors is getting a sport right now. Rightfully so. I mean, Houston's up 25. Let's look at what's going on with the players. Stephen Curry with 11 points in 23 minutes. 13. Excuse me.
No good.
Jimmy Butler, 8 points. Rockets, Jalen Green's not having a good game, and they still can't do nothing with him. I mean, they still right.
Straps.
Look at him. But I mean, yeah, I'm willing to say I was wrong about this series, but I also did say it was tangent upon Jalen Green. Jalen Green hasn't scored 10 points outside of game 2. Around
game 2, he scored what, 32?
32, 38, something like that. Hit 8 of 18 threes. All around meltdown by a star. If they go out in the first round, do they go make a big trade with all of the young pieces they got?
No.
What?
Oh, my bad.
Why not?
When you say trade some of these young bucks to go get somebody, or they trade first round picks to go get somebody, because there's a big difference. I don't think they get rid of any of these young boys. Who's they big?
Sengun's not going nowhere.
Yeah, he can't go nowhere. Thompson can't go nowhere.
Yes, he can.
What you get rid of? I mean, he actually has been playing pretty not that good this whole series. He hasn't been that big of a factor. But are you willing to give that up for somebody
If
like
Kevin Durant
Giannis?
said he want to move from Phoenix to Houston, you're getting rid of Amen Thompson.
Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, first round pick for Kevin Durant. See ya.
You're giving up both of them for KD.
You can't give up both.
I'm not
See
giving
ya.
up both for KD.
See
Bro.
ya.
Not a.
You just
I'm not
said
doing it.
Jalen Green only scored double-digit points one game in the first round.
But
Yeah.
they're the 2 seed because of him. I mean, yeah, he's
Yeah.
melting down in the playoffs. He is 22 years old, and Drea might not be cooking his meals right or something.
LeBron at 22 got swept. LeBron at 22 got swept in the finals by the Spurs. You hold it against him.
Why the camera off?
Because you said the BBL wasn't cooking. You said that brother starved in that hole.
Nah,
These new bitches don't know how to cook.
he needs put him in timeout, bro. He needs to cool down. He needs to cool off.
Bro,
Preston White said it.
them lights. Y'all said it yourselves that the inexperience of the youth is going to be a factor, and this is what y'all predicted. So don't go and kick them to the curb because y'all knew this was coming. No. Everybody got to be young once.
Don't say y'all, just say Preston, because I'm not agreeing with that. You got to get some experience on you, bro. I'm not splitting them all up because of that. Now, if you want to get rid of
Jabari Smith,
like
and either Amen, you probably doing Jabari Smith, Amen, and some picks. But you're gonna keep Jalen Green. But I don't. KD done play with so many people, bro. I really don't care what he know what to do. I mean, you give him Jalen Green, it's no different than Devin Booker. You give him Kyrie in Dallas. I mean, that's what y'all did in Brooklyn. So it's like, bro. I mean, you have Westbrook and Curry too. So I mean, the KD thing is kind of.
Yeah. What do Dallas even have to give up? PJ Washington.
No, he's saying in the past Kevin Durant. That's why he brought up Kyrie.
No, I know. I'm saying, but if Kevin Durant do go to Dallas,
they give up for Phoenix, they have to give up draft capital. That's why all they get. Maybe a Derek Lively.
Yeah, so it's over with. I think the Rockets is a good landing spot for KD, and we just talked about Giannis earlier.
Giannis to Houston. I don't. Yeah.
Bro, like y'all was talking about
why
Giannis,
not?
why do you blow it up, keep him there, bro? Do that man a favor. Get him out of Milwaukee. Because as a human being, why would you want to live in Milwaukee?
I'm not gonna lie though, I don't think you send the freak to Houston.
He said, "I'm a freak in the bed and the freak in the sheets too."
That boy got a red button. I promise you, he's good. He's good. But yeah, I think
we all.
I mean, hey, this is a good series. It's gonna look like it's gonna be going 3-2 back to Golden State. I mean, you know, Curry's been down. I've been up 3-1 before, so who knows? Anything can happen. And LeBron on the flip has been down 3-1 before. Anything can happen. The conversation these days, man, the recency bias is so funny. The conversation these days is that Anthony Edwards has passed Luka Doncic because now that Luka's in LA, now everybody realized that, hey, Luka doesn't play defense.
Oh my God, bro. I've been saying it for years, bro.
And because Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, they was a great defensive team last year, they're stepping up their defensive pressure this year. And he's going 40 balls. I spoke to some Anthony Edwards as well. He definitely adjusted after game 2 as far as getting his teammates involved, cutting through the Lakers defense, figuring out, how to get in the paint, whether he has to travel or not. But he definitely figured it out and adjusted. And that's what you got to do in the playoffs. That's what it's about. It's about adjusting. It's a chess game throughout the series. They're going to know what you're doing. So I did speak to someone on that, but do we agree that Anthony Edwards has passed Luka Doncic?
Go ahead, Preston. 1738.
I don't know about the Anthony Edwards being better than Luka Doncic. I feel like my bias for Luka Doncic alone is making me think about it too much. But it's clear he's outperforming them. It's clear that he's been just as consistent as he was last year. Luka is on a different team, but I think this different team is showing the things that Luka can't hide from with this new team. Until they build a team around Luka, it's over with. It's absolutely over with. Luka, LeBron might not. Thought it was going to work if they outscored the team. But I mean, Jaden McDaniels is getting 30 a night. Yeah. You're bound to lose the series. As far as Anthony Edwards goes, though, I'm telling you, the moment I seen that man talk to President Obama and told him to stand down, I knew then and there we have somebody that is going to be on the video game cover, the Disney Channel commercials. Like, we have the new face of the NBA, whether we like it or not. And considering he's putting all childish things behind him, I say we go ahead and elevate him and get him on these TV deals immediately. NBA want to work on ratings. You put Anthony Edwards on the TV and watch the NBA ratings go up.
Y'all call me names. Y'all tore me down. Just to back up Luka. Bro, I told y'all for years, bro, Luka, bro. Can he score? Yes. But other than that, okay, and that's this. Other than that, bro, he sucks, bro. It's the worst thing to see on TV, and I will say it again. Watching him play defense is the worst thing on earth. And it shows here every year, bro. And it gets worse. That's the problem. And what's making it worse, we talk about Luka. LeBron James don't give a damn this year neither. LeBron James ain't playing that good either. He just chucking up threes.
He 40 though.
Yeah. So it's time to get him up out of there. But Luka is Ant better than Luka? Yes. I told y'all. Give me players that play two ways before Luka. That's just the way it goes. Yes, you can score, but you are the biggest liability on the court at all times. And when you're the biggest liability on the court of all time, when backups come in, that's the issue.
I like the fact that Anthony Edwards is he's helping bringing back the two-way player, because like that's the thing about the past few years of the NBA. Like, we've gotten gosh, I had the word, but we've gotten attracted to the heavy ball handlers in the offense. That's why defense sacrificed, and also with the rules of the league as well. But we got attracted to the heavy ball handlers in the of the league, which is why you have your Lukas, your Hardens, basically the stat patterns, the Westbrooks. So Anthony Edwards is bringing back the two-way players, and I do like that, and I think it is a conversation, and we're realizing the fact that just because you don't go out there and average 10 assists, 10 rebounds, does not mean that because you average 38 and 8, you're that much better. Like, no. Like, defense is a part of the game. It is necessary. He's picking up Luka at half court every time, or he's putting LeBron in a jail cell, jamming him at the line. So it's like he's bringing back the importance of defense in the league, and I do respect that, and I respect the art of the two-way player, because that's where things get lost in translation in these conversations when we're comparing players of all eras, honestly. And so I respect the fact that he's bringing that back and bringing light to that.
Yeah, and this is how big defense is, definitely in the playoffs. This series shows. When Minnesota's not getting their shots knocked down, what do? Do they sit and pout and cry to the refs? No. They play hard. They play harder defense, bro, and get points that way off turnovers. Bro, that's the way you're supposed to play a sport, bro. Definitely a two-way sport like this. There ain't none of that crying stuff, lollygagging. Bro, give me Minnesota. They bringing basketball back, bro. If more teams are like Minnesota, the NFL draft will not have higher viewership than the NBA playoffs. If more teams play like Minnesota with heart.
Yeah, and Minnesota, the Timberwolves are also offensively playing out of their mind. Jaden McDaniels, not only is he locking up, you know what I'm saying, guarding on defense, as much as, you know, people want to claim Rudy can't guard, but Rudy is actually playing good defense out there on everybody.
Yeah.
So they're all offensively as well. Nas Reed, they're shooting like 50-60% from the field 3-point line. Like they're playing out of their mind offensively, which is why they're up 3-1 as well.
And
but yeah, like you said, also Luka, this team is not built around Luka, so it's going to take some time for them to figure out what that actually looks like.
And I understood the trade. You keep Rudy Gobert there because he can get in foul trouble, so Nas Reed don't have to. That's all he's there for, bro. Because other than that, he's whatever I said about Luka on defense, I can say that about Rudy on offense. He is horrible. That's the worst big.
It's not as bad. It's not as bad because it'd be different if the Lakers had defensive guys. But when you look at the starting five for the Lakers, bro, like they're all chicken.
Yeah.
Barbecue. Like Sweet Baby Ray's, Kettleman's, brine in the sweet heat barbecue rub overnight. Like they're a problem. Indirect heat for an hour. Thighs only. Like they had to they built this team. They built the starting five rotation based off of the trades to outscore everybody. And the fact that they're not outscoring everybody because you had Jaden McDaniels, who's a lockdown defender. You have Anthony Edwards, who's playing two ways. You have Nas Reed and Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle to be rim protectors and get rebounds, and can occasionally switch on in the perimeter.
Oh, Nas Reed,
he's not going to cut it.
Guarding up off the key.
I thought the Warriors were going to be a matchup problem for the Lakers off of this same reasoning, but the fact that I overlooked the Minnesota Timberwolves is my fault. Anthony Edwards busting down JJ's every time in Atlanta. He's a true player that comes to play basketball only. He's not there for the 3-point celebrations. He's not there for the foul calls. He's not there for
celebrations, birthday celebrations. He's just here to hoop.
I mean, he's there. He's definitely there. You know, there's support out there that, you know, he's out there for certain reasons too. But he doesn't allow his outside life affect his basketball playing, his effort.
No,
he doesn't allow the contract to affect his basketball playing effort. A lot of guys, when we see they finally get their first contract, we see some kind of character change. We see some kind of basketball skill change. It's clear that he works on it in the gym. Last year, he never took this many threes. He led the league in 3 points made. It's clear that he's developing his game as he gets older. This is one thing that we loved about Giannis. Although Giannis had pure raw talent at a very young age, one thing we felt like Giannis had to work on in order to succeed in the league was his jump shot. And although he's not the best shooter in the world still, it's clear that Giannis has worked on his shot over the years. And that's clear progression. Anthony Edwards is someone that is showing clear progression in his game year after year. And if he keeps this up, not only is he going to be the face of the league, he has a chance to be a potential great of all time. And y'all better stand down. Hear the truth.
I mean, Giannis, I don't agree with that. I think because I've seen too many times Giannis in crunch, like, yes, he might work on his jump shot, but it's not what works. And I've seen too many times game winning situation, crunch time situations where he settles for a mid-range jumper or he's shooting threes in crunch time. Like Curry said, he needs somebody to tell him, like, yo, don't shoot that shit. Curry be telling Draymond after a certain time in the game, don't shoot that. We don't need that. So, I mean, yeah, Giannis, he makes sure he's not a liability. Like, he's not Shaq-like, but he still got some work to do. But yeah, Anthony, to your point, it was Anthony Edwards. Yeah, the fact that he has taken the steps to improve this young, shooting this many threes. I mean, next step, like I said, a lot of his threes are catch and shoot, around the pit. His next step is getting the pull up, getting the. I mean, he'll do a little size. I'm not gonna say all his threes are catch and shoot. He'll do a little size up, you know what I'm saying, shoot. But I mean, his next step is like getting that pull up, in the game. I think for him, and then learning how to balance though, not settling for the threes. I mean, he made a lot of threes because he took a lot of threes, but he is at best downhill, getting to the paint, and he doesn't need to sacrifice that part of his game just because he can shoot threes. Like I think that's the next step for him, or maybe developing a mid-range. I mean, if he bring back the two-way player, he might as well bring back the mid-range while he at it. But like you said, just a testament to the fact that he was able to take that many threes shows like he's gonna work. And he's what 23, 24? Year 5, 6. He was
23.
23.
He's 23 years old.
He has a lot of basketball ahead of him. He done walked down KD last year. If he walks down Bron this year, man, we'll have some uncomfortable conversations, right? It's gonna look good in 10 years, should I say?
Absolutely.
Because he talking trash to Luka, but Luka did put him out last year when it was mano y mano. So let's not forget. And I also think, though, as well, with the last couple of games, he's taking more command of that offense, and they's cutting that Julius Randle stuff out. Like, they was running a lot of the offense through Julius Randle, but with Ant taking more command, like I said, he's been able to playmate and get looks for Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and whomever. But
they got LeBron James, we got Jaden McDaniels. Hey, and have y'all realized, bro? The only reason they took Shannon Sharp off the air is because they got tired of that Laker and fives, bro. That's it.
That's cool. I respect that. I got tired of it too, but I'm a Lakers fan, so hey. Nonetheless,
no comment.
No comment. I was out there doing the electric slide the other day. But Thunder, they got Memphis out of there in 4. They looking very solid. And Shea's looking shaky though. I mean, not shaky, but he not looking like he was in the regular season, should I say? Yeah. So before
they squabbled
Nuggets. That Clippers Nuggets series, man. Clippers
very good.
Again, I said it last week and I say it again. Clippers could have swept the Nuggets respectfully. They lost both of their games to rebound, offensive rebounding. Game 1, they lost to Russell Westbrook, offensive rebound. Game 4, they lost Aaron Gordon, craziest putback I've seen.
That was insane.
You can't get no separative time than that. And then last night they just went out there and Clippers. So it's looking like, I mean, they're going back to LA, so we'll see how that go. But James Harden and Kawhi, we're gonna have some conversations if they can't get this done. Because they're in position, they saved Kawhi for when they needed it. He's healthy, he's hooping. But I think I still think the Clippers are a better team, and they shouldn't lose this series.
Yeah, I think you have to defend home court here. You can't allow Russell Westbrook to make an impact on the game like he did. He scored 21 points last game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
If you allow Russell Westbrook to score 21 points when he's coming off the bench, you will lose the basketball game. And you can't let Jamal Murray, I was about to say Kenneth Murray, Jamal Murray get 43.
Yeah.
You giving up 40 balls, where's the defense?
Playoff Murray.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to take advantage of you got to take advantage of
teach your man how to squabble.
Yeah, squabbling out there.
Yeah.
Sangoon got to chill. That's a plot.
Yeah.
We don't even know who this dude is.
Bro, that what I'm saying. He wears 61. Like, come on, yo.
The fact that the Warriors coming back with their bench players and they still got their starters in, yeah, call this series over.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, if I'm the
Oh, it's
Warriors
a
player,
13-point game with 4 minutes. I'm putting Curry back in the game.
Yeah, he already took his ankle. He took his ankle brace off already. He's done for.
Bro, and I absolutely despise that. You better lace back up. It's a 13-point game with 4 minutes.
Yeah. We seen somebody lose the game with what, 7 minutes and 40 seconds? 7 points in 40 seconds?
Yeah, that Bucks meltdown is generational.
it's absolutely insane.
But yeah, James Harden, 11 points last night, 15 points in game 4. The meltdown is happening. Let me see what Kawhi Leonard did after he played hero ball.
20 points, right?
I'll say that, yeah, he had 20. It's not enough.
Yeah.
I'll say that Westbrook is one of the loudest players. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's the loudest player. Westbrook gonna give you the loudest 10 points of his life, and they either gonna be a good loud or a bad loud. But Westbrook it's gonna be loud, bro. And the 20, it's either gonna be a good 20 or a bad 20, but it's gonna be loud. He give you 4 points.
Yeah.
Good or bad. So Westbrook is one of the loudest players, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta minimize that, man, especially when he's coming off the bench. But that's cool. That's cool. It's we haven't talked music in a while. Let's crack into it is 2025. Let's talk about some of the great albums of 2015.
Okay.
A lot of 10-year anniversaries coming up, and we want to do hip hop. And I want to know, okay, we'll do this first, and I have 2 questions for the music.
Okay.
Well, first, I want to hear what's y'all Mount Rushmore of hip hop albums from 2015. It's a very underlooked year considering 2016 followed, but 2015, some might say rivals 2016 when it comes to albums, and it's like, which one will you take? But if you had to pick 4 from 2015, what four are you picking to represent that year?
Oh my goodness!
And who was the MVP of that year?
Ooh. Can I get my MVP first?
Yeah, I think
it's very clear that Future has arguably one of the greatest years in hip hop from 2015 for sure.
He's 99 overall.
Yeah,
easily. Yeah. I think you have DMX 98, you have Kanye 2010, you have
Lil Wayne.
What, 07?
08.
07, 08.
07, he had
50 Cent, 04. Like, bro, Future had Kendrick Lamar 24.
I was waiting for it.
You know what I'm saying? Drake 2018.
Whoa, 2018. Nah, that's the year you want to. But that's not here nor there.
It's neither here nor there. But I definitely think MVP clearly for 2015 is Future. Now, in regards to the hip hop,
so Kendrick was 2024 99 overall.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
So Kanye was 99 overall 2010, right?
Yes.
Okay.
2010, 2011.
When Watch the Throne dropped?
Watch the Throne dropped in 2011.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it was like that run 2020 and 2011. He dropped My Beautiful Choices from Fantasy, not Cruise Summer. Watch the Throne, all in the same year. In the same musical year. As far as hip hop albums, for 2015, I have them. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Talk about it. I'm gonna do this sound of pain. I think I want to cry.
Oh, y'all gonna be
boy got
sick.
800,000 views, so we did something right.
Y'all gonna be so sick. So my first album for this is not in order.
Okay.
My 2015 includes. I think I gotta go. Dark Sky Paradise, Big Sean. I gotta go. Dirty Sprite 2, Future. I gotta go because he's the MVP. I gotta go. What a time to be alive, Future and Drake. And my fourth is no question, arguably the greatest album of all genres. Period. To Pimp a Butterfly. Because I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence.
All right, you got your
What
phone.
got to do with it?
So that's why I'm saying. So how is he not 99 overall that year by your standards?
I said he was.
What are you
No,
talking about?
Kendrick,
You said Future.
Kendrick,
You said Future?
Kendrick. He dropped arguably the greatest album of all time, but he wasn't a 99 overall that year.
Future.
I said, well,
it's more than just one album that makes you 99 overall that year.
Respectfully, I don't even think you asked me about Kendrick being a 99 overall in 2015.
No, I said who? No. You was listing 99 overall.
You said it's Future. Yeah, I said 99 overall. 99 overall.
You was listing 99 overalls.
I
And
did.
Because you said he's your MVP.
Before, but
I did.
You didn't say 15. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I don't. Yeah, no.
I just wanted to clarify that. But
Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yeah, talk about it.
Future, DS2, of course.
Nah, he's wilding. He's wilding. Nah, you got to start that over, Eric. He's not respecting. He's got to give you respect. Yeah. He's got to give you respect.
Roll it in. Yeah, as a man, or else I'll pop it up. I don't get my respect as a man.
Not
I'm
on
telling
live.
you. I'm telling you. Oh, my bad, gangster. My bad, gangster. All right, Future, DS2. Give me Kendrick, To Pimp a Butterfly. Give me, listen, Drake, if you're reading this, it's too late. But my fourth one. Bro, them boys that was a time where I didn't think they could make a song that sound bad, bro. Give me Shrimp
Life.
Yeah. Give me Shrimp Life, bro. It got hits on there.
Okay.
It got hits on there.
I'm actually not mad at that. I definitely looked at the track list. I just think I like Shrimp Life 2 better.
Understand, but it's like, bro, at one point, I'm like, bro, just like Jeremiah, I'm like, do they make a bad song, bro? Every song they make sound good, bro, to the ear. I ain't got no type. What? Come on, bro.
Shrimp Life, yeah. Shout out.
No collecting zone. Doesn't even have a star. Come on, bro. Somebody come get her. She's dancing. No, she's.
Yeah. Dancing like a.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Yep.
They definitely were hitmakers.
Yeah.
Bro, they ran the radio, bro.
They did.
That's on there.
They did. That's cool. I think so. It sounds like everybody can agree To Pimp a Butterfly is on there. So I have To Pimp a Butterfly, Dirty Sprite 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the last two is where it gets tricky. I will put Dark Sky Paradise up there.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one where his ears get icky. But it's
not say it.
hard. It's so hard not to.
Travis.
It's like, yeah, absolutely.
He can't. I'm about to say he can't. Yeah, you can't.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
This last spot is rough because it's like, do I leave Drake off or not? But I think
Why not?
I'm just gonna say it. I think I want to apply.
Yeah, why not?
I have To Pimp a Butterfly, this Dirty Sprite 2, Dark Sky Paradise, and I'm putting his best album up here, Dreams Worth More Than Money.
And you see,
and
there's
I'm putting that on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay, we got to talk about that. The reason why I left him off is because right after he dropped one of the hottest albums of the summer, he decided to poke the bear, and his career was diminished in 3 months.
No count.
It was over. Like, Meek Mill got wiped off the face of the earth. The next time he popped up, he was in the pool with fries in his lap.
And the next time he popped up, he was with Diddy.
No. See, all right.
They be all dumb.
See that?
That's
I realized,
what
I can't. Do you hear him, bro? You gotta start muting him, bro, because that's actually insane. But yeah, I just didn't like. Dreams Worth More Than Money was definitely. I'm not knocking it being a Mount Rushmore that year. We left off Rodeo, but I was a late bloomer.
It's a 2015 list, brother. We only talking 2015 albums.
I think Rodeo was left off, but I was a late bloomer to Rodeo myself, and I also didn't have. I don't think I had Apple Music then, so I was only buying albums from people off iTunes from people I thoroughly enjoyed off the mixtapes. So.
You gotta spend them $10 wisely.
Yeah, I wasn't paying for no Rodeo.
Yeah, no, that's real. I really wanted to put a Long Live ASAP on there. The work he did with Kanye on what was that? Was it not LSD? Jukebox Joints is one of my favorite songs of all time. Then Electric Body with Schoolboy. He had Wayne on there, Juicy J, UGK, Max B, Mos Def, Future. Long Live ASAP was definitely up there. I wanted to put it up there really bad, but like I said, Meek Mill. That's probably both of their best albums.
We're forgetting some heavy hitters. I'm not gonna lie.
And it was hard. It was hard to leave Drake off. I think for a long time I did think If You're Reading This Too Late was Drake's best work, but
mid tier, respectfully.
Mid tier, right?
Wait, you said which one was mid tier?
If You're Reading This Too Late. Mind you, it can still be top 5, but it's still mid tier because
that first four was crazy. We started off the first 4 songs.
What did you say, Brando?
I was saying the first 4 of You Reading This Too Late, crazy work.
And dang near the last 4, but I don't want to talk.
But
you and the 6 raised me right. That's Save My Life.
90059 by J Rock, definitely a goer for sure. If it ain't better than Mrs. Johnson's Gumbo, then I don't want it. And that's probably J Rock's best album too.
the Incredible True Story.
Logic, yes. Yeah.
The album About Nothing, Wale, I think, was one of the last albums that he put out where it was like he's still alive. King Push. I wasn't big on Pusha T at the time. I think it aged well though. The thing about rappers like Young Thug,
Gumbo, Vice City for sure.
Slime Season was one of the. Isn't that a mixtape? Like I don't think that's.
But If You're Reading This Too Late was a mixtape till it wasn't.
Yeah, which is another reason why that was one of the albums I actually got to listen to because it was on Spinrilla up until it wasn't.
SoundCloud, yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to him for that. It was. Hey, if Bryson Tiller counted as a rapper,
no, bro.
He don't.
What you mean?
I'm saying, bro. If he did,
bro.
If he did, bro, Trap Soul would definitely be on here.
Trap Soul would probably.
Bro, why didn't you put it on your list then?
Because he doesn't count. But I'm just saying.
No. Eric just said he do count as a rapper.
No, I did not. What are you talking about?
He just said he do.
No,
count.
I did not.
The documentary 2.
Why did that?
The Game? Yeah.
The Game. Very fire.
Yeah. And then what was it? Future had 5 on 56 Nights.
Wicked.
Yeah.
No, not Wicked.
Please.
Purple Rain. It was Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Purple Rain.
And I think Monster was early 2015 or it was late
It was either
2014.
Monster or Evil, right?
Evil. I think I want to say Evil was in 2015 too.
Okay, so that was the 5. Evil. What a time. 56 Nights, Purple Rain, and DS2. Crazy year.
Yeah. Nothing like it no more. Now all we get is.
And we're forgetting Joey before the money.
Megan Thee
Joey Badass. Come on now.
Yeah.
It
Future's
was-
run
it
could
was
have
a
boosted
19
the economy.
Oh, my fault. You said what?
No, I ain't saying that. I said Future's run in 2015 could boost the economy today. Why are you laughing?
Because ain't
Saying.
shit boosting this damn economy. We're gonna take Michael Jackson.
But yeah, so with that being said,
Before
we have all these albums on the table. How many of these albums is classics?
Oh,
Good question.
How many of these albums is classics?
You know what's crazy? You asking that question, and because it's him, in my top 4, Drake's album's not a classic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not a classic. I mean, it has The Jungle and Madonna on it, which, fan favorites.
Yeah,
Who's a fan? Me.
Yeah, like that's like the least amount of rapping he did on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But To Me Butterfly is like, to me, that's a top 10 album of all time.
Top 10, when you say album, specify.
Music albums.
Oh.
Everything.
So it's his best album to you?
Easy. Like, bro, I don't even have a debate about that, bro. To me, as good as Good Kid, Mad City was, some of those did not age well with his skill. Like some of those songs gonna always crank off of the nostalgia alone.
You got the Pimp a Butterfly over Mr. Morales?
100 times over. Next question. What are you talking about? Blows it out of the water. I think To Pimp a Butterfly. Never mind. Get into.
So you only got
I can respect it.
It's only one classic in 2015.
I want to say Dirty Sprite.
A classic though.
It's a classic for Future. Like in the trap game. What are we talking about? No debate.
Dirty Sprite 2.
Yeah.
Dirty Sprite 2 is a classic.
It's a classic.
We have 2
Well,
classics.
Hip hop classics? Like, why do we just don't a classic on everything?
Oh, wait, hold on. Nah, DS2 is definitely a classic because they freak hoes. Freak About that they knees touch your elbows. Come on, man. What? Well, that would be a play everywhere, boy.
Very, very much so a classic. I feel like we add any more, it's just like McDonald's adding everything to the value menu. Like, yeah, that's cool.
Okay,
but
so
I'm not getting it.
I'm just asking how many classics coming from this year. That's all.
2.
2?
Let's say you did 2 a year. Those would be the 2. If you can only do 2 hip hop classics per year for every year hip hop,
Long Live ASAP.
That's not how that works. A classic.
I know it's not. I know, but I'm just saying, like
2016. How many they got? How many classes in the year 2016?
Maybe like. They might get 4.
Exactly. So that's you know what I'm saying. We don't limit it to 2 years. Oh no, Evolve was 2016, but we don't limit it to 2 years. Very well. I agree that it's 2 classics, and
we don't count Meek Mills as a classic.
Absolutely,
if it's his best album.
Absolutely not. It's not better than Championships.
You know what? Hold on. Let me just ask this. Speed
Yes,
round.
it is.
All right.
No, it's not. No, it's
Dark
not.
Sky Paradise. How y'all feeling? No. Yes.
Bro. Championships got
Bars.
downfall moments though. There's no downfall on Dreams Are Money.
What? What? Are you talking to the guy that was a Meek Mill fan? Like I could probably rap that album. Are you
Man, I
nuts?
always appreciate Meek Mill.
Oh.
He brought the
essential albums. It's not even known as essential albums. He probably doesn't even respect
Because
it.
it's not, bro.
That's a year he got killed.
It was 19 songs. If he cut it down to like 15, 14 songs, for sure.
I
might just
bro,
get hit with
Check
everything.
is a skip.
You said what is?
Check is a skip.
Yeah.
You talking about on Dreams?
Yeah, he talking about dreams worth
Dreams.
more than money.
No. These
Bad for you, skip.
Check.
Yes, bro. Skip.
No, it's not.
Bad for you, skip.
No, it's not because you
I
got.
want to be bad for you.
You gotta understand.
Surprise.
No, you gotta understand. You gotta understand the nature of the song between the relationship between Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj. That's not. You can't do that.
I actually don't care.
We know you don't care.
The Trillers was the realest song on there. The Trillers was the best song on there. Classic was fire.
Nah.
Lord knows was cool at the time.
Classic is a classic.
Classic is a classic.
I mean,
I got the Juice got cool, but it got played out in the locker room for me, respectfully.
which one?
Our coach started loving that song. I got the juice.
I got the juice.
But yeah, like there were some other. Those are the skips. Championships, bars, straight bars, all the way. All the way. Splash Warner is crazy.
I mean, is it crazy for me to say?
Like the shorty vibes on shorty vibes on championships was way better.
I mean, because of the man he was, bro. I mean, like he was in a relationship. He could only get Nicki features like that.
But he got Breezy though, and I was not a big fan of All Eyes on You, respectfully.
But that's like
that shit you tripping. That All Eyes on You was.
It's not better. It's not better than Dangerous or 24/7.
Oh.
I said it was one of the bigger songs.
Hey, but I mean, let's talk about it because we do this to Drake all the time. Are we saying it's not a classic just because he has a lot of singing on the album? Because if you're going like non-skips and big hits, then I mean, why is Drake's album not a classic?
Which album?
It's not a classic. The reason it's not a classic is because the songs that you remember the most, like if you did the top 3 songs, you did top 3 songs on the list right now. You're gonna name 2 songs that are primarily singing. That's why.
That's why I'm asking. Is that the only reason why? Because I mean,
it's not a classic.
Why are we downfalling that?
Not a classic. Period. It's not a hip hop classic. It cannot be. And he has bars on that. He has 6 p.m. in New York.
Yes.
You and the 6, Star 67, Wallet.
Money maker.
What is it?
What is that?
What is
running through the 6 with my
running through the 6 with my
Know Yourself. Know Yourself. No Telling.
Legend 10 bands.
6 Man. Like, bro, like he had bars on there, and you don't when the first thing you think of if you read this too late is Jungle. Not a classic. Not a classic. Because the first song you think of when you think if you read this too late is Jungle.
Question. But if you're doing bars for bars, if you compare his bars in this album versus who we just talked about, Meek Mill's, whose album are you taking? If you're saying Legend, 10 bands, Running Through the 6, who are you taking?
Drake makes better music, but that doesn't make it a classic.
No.
Because Travis Scott had better albums than both of them.
Rodeo is better.
But if we
Days before the radio, maybe.
No. Chip, like if like on some real stuff, Rodeo was a great album.
Travis makes great albums.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it ain't about the music being good. What you mean he did?
Didn't he drop an album like a year or two ago that wasn't?
Euphoria was fire. It wasn't Astro World, and it wasn't Birds.
Astro World is what I'm thinking of.
Absolutely fire.
You want to go to Astro
Bro,
World?
Rodeo has Oh My This Side 3500, 90210,
No.
Antidote, Maria I'm Drunk, Apple Pie. Come on, yo.
Apple Pie. Same song.
Apple Pie.
Apple Pie is insane.
Very insane.
Apple Pie is that's one of the craziest songs in 2015. But just because he makes better music, like Travis Scott makes better music than Meek Mill, that doesn't make it a classic. And Travis Scott put out a better album than Drake that year. Does not make it a classic. Period. Drake only got like 2-3 classics in his discography, period. But we're not having this conversation right now.
Whenever you already have that one.
Well, 4 if you ask him, because
I literally said 2 or 3. So how can you say 4?
I said 4 if you ask him. Because when he named his favorite albums, he named the disco album as one.
Honestly, never mind. It's fire.
Yeah.
Who's him?
Or like 3 tracks.
Drake himself. He said his favorite album was Nothing Was the Same and Honestly Never Mind.
Okay. Very well. Hey man, we still waiting on the fall off though.
Dark Sky could be a classic.
I mean,
I'm willing to have that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
Would it be his? Is his best?
That's his best album.
That's for sure his magnus opus.
Yeah.
I'm willing to have that conversation. I don't think there. Let me see.
That was peak Big Sean because after that we thought he was whack, which I don't understand where that came from. But.
No skips.
I'm sorry. It might be because I had every Ring song, but Detroit Big Sean is still gonna be my favorite.
No, mixtape wise, Detroit is different.
Actually, we can definitely put Dark Sky in there. I'm like, no skips. Everybody features did their thing. Everybody.
Yeah.
Big Sean gave his best pen. We could actually have that conversation if we need to. But we could put three classics in 2015.
Yeah. I think Dark Sky was a very monumental year for Big Sean. Pushed the music. That was before good music fell all the way to the floor. But so another conversation.
Yeah, fall all the way to the floor. Did our life get harder? We didn't care no more. All right, now I'm playing.
But yeah, we call Roundup that, man. Ant-Man and crew is in LA for Game 5 currently. On Game 6, Game 5. My fault. Looking to keep their 3-1 lead. We'll see how that play out. And we see the boys on 114.
All right, so boys. Round.